Christmas Eve, everybody. Guess what tomorrow is? It's my channel's birthday. Hello everyone, my name's Kofi Hime. Welcome back to my channel. I just want to say real quick, thank you guys so much for the support that I've had over the 9 years, especially those who have been here since day one. All of you have seen me grow. You've all seen me grow not only as a person, not only as like a content creator, you guys have seen me grow in so many different ways that it's actually kind of insane. And since I never really get to celebrate the anniversary of my channel because it's literally on Christmas Day, I figured, you know what, I'm gonna do it a little bit early. I want to actually like talk about it for once, you know, and like take the time to thank you guys for being here for, well, 9 years. And what better way to do that than to do a Q&A in my Discord server? So I took to my server and I set up a Q&A channel where I let everyone ask me questions, and I decided not to answer them until making this video. There's a lot, so here we go. Okay, let's get a question going. How did you discover your liking of Sam and Max? And did that have any effect on your art? Well, it's an interesting story on how I found out about Sam and Max. Like, I remember there was this Tumblr post that I saw, and it's like, oh, good animated animals versus bad animated animals. Sam and Max was in the good content, by the way, don't worry. And that's how, like, everything spiraled down. That's all I can say. I feel like if anything, Sam and Max affected my humor a lot more than my art. It probably has affected my art in several different ways. Like, honestly, the way that they draw like cartoon hands, that helped. But it definitely, I would say it affected my humor a lot more than my art, because like, my humor used to be like, oh, funny FNAF SFM big eyes type thing, right? I never animated an SFM, but I found that shit funny, right? And then Sam and Max came in and just said, oh, witty comment, haha funny. I'm like, yo, witty comment, haha funny. All that aside, I do think it affected my art probably a little bit. If anything, there might be big changes that I haven't noticed, but yeah, that's that on that. Yo, what kind of tattoos would you get, or hair dye colors that you want? Hair dye, I recently just bleached my underlayers again. I had to touch up my roots. It was getting really bad. If anything, I'm gonna wait a little bit till I color it, and if anything, I'm gonna color it pink. Go figure. Tattoo-wise, actually, I was thinking about something really, really small. You know, like the logo for 9? Like the movie Shane Acker's 9? My favorite movie of all time. There's like this little 9 that's the logo, right? And I was thinking maybe that on like my wrist or something. There's also another personal one that my cousin also wants to get, where it's like one of those like hotel keys, but it's this motel that my grandfather owns that's kind of like run down. It's only like a family only kind of thing. I was thinking maybe that too, because I feel like that would be kind of cool as well. If you had the chance to go back in time, what would you do differently? To be honest, I have no idea. As much as I've made several mistakes throughout my life, I'm pretty content with how I am and how I live. I don't know, I guess I just wouldn't trade anything for the life that I already know. Like, I don't really know. Hey, ever played Rayman? If so, which game in the series? Of course I have. I'm like a big fan of Rayman, as much as I don't really talk about it. Like, okay, so when I was a wee young lass, we had Rayman Raving Rabbids, right? That was the first Rayman game I ever played, unfortunately. But it holds a special place in my heart because I loved it that much. And I was like, yo, Rayman is super cool. And I started looking into him, and there was like 3 or 4 times where I just hopped in and out of the fandom. It was really interesting. But nah, yeah, I love Rayman. I also have Rayman 3 for the PS2. I also have Rayman Origins for the Wii. And I also recently got Rayman Legends for the Nintendo Switch. Why did my wife leave me? I don't know. Have you been paying your child support recently? Looking back at all of your art or your video content, what is one project you were and still are most proud of? The stop motion PSA, without a doubt. Dude, the thing is, I rushed that shit so much. As much as it doesn't look like it, it was actually rushed. Because by the time, like, I had to have it done, I was like 2 days away from the deadline, and I didn't realize it, and I barely had anything done, so I practically rushed the entire thing, and I just straight up would... I'm actually at a loss for words because that's how much I rushed it, and it still turned out amazing. Are there any topics you wish to cover but you can't because info is too scarce or it's very, very controversial? I mean, I would like to look into people like M. Jetty and Tommy Pickles Fan 1992 because they quite literally have drawn CP and they're both in their 30s. But the thing is, the info on Kiwi Farms is extremely scarce on literally both of them. And I mean, there's clips of Tommy Pickles fan, but they're really, it's just the guys making fun of him. As much as he admits to doing stuff, they also kind of rip on him, and I'm just trying to like have that unbiased little, I'm so sorry, I'm really bad at words, but I'm just trying to be as unbiased about it as possible, even though they quite literally have done really bad things. How did you come up with your username? Was it made up of stuff you liked, or did it have a nice ring to it? That's a really long story, but here we go. So this was back in my old days of being a Nagato Kamida stan, unfortunately. But it was when I was getting really sick of the name. It just didn't sit right with me anymore. And this was also around the time when my personal Instagram, for some reason, it wouldn't let me log in no matter how many times I tried, and no matter how many times I've even changed the password. Nothing worked. So I ended up being on my alternative account, which, it's dead. Since the name on that account was really cringy, I decided to change it to none other than Kofi Hime, because I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is kind of cute, you know? Like, I thought, okay, this'll work. And then it hit me. I realized, no, this is the perfect name to rebrand to, because I was like, yo, this is really nice, it's really cute, it's great. And the thing is, I was also like inspired by a song to change it to this. I'm not gonna leave the name of the song, but it was either this, or originally I was gonna go with Coffin Cream, but I ended up not really liking it as much as Kofi Hime, and this ended up being How You Know Me As Today. What is this? The video? Welcome. White picket fences. Is there a video you regret making? If there is an answer, which one? Out of my serious videos, most likely the Dolly Guts one, because apparently there's a dox in the Kiwi Farms thread, which I didn't even realize, and honestly I felt horrible for, you know, having that up, and so I took it down. Below the link. I kept the video up so that way I can look back at my mistakes and be like, hey, don't do that again. Out of my shit posts, the godforsaken cat piano videos, my lord. I still get Jeffy comments to this day. I'm not gonna be able to live this down. Is there any upcoming topics that you hope to cover in the near future? Probably DeviantArt Etiquette episode 3, because holy shit, I need to get back to that series, my god. What's the best thing that's happened in your life so far? If anything, probably being able to do this. As much as I make money and it's literally scraps, I'm glad that I'm able to make you guys happy. That's literally the only thing I really care about. I mean, yeah, earning money is nice and all from doing this, but my viewers matter more than a paycheck. Like, I'm gonna be real. Do you have a favorite curse word or exclamation of frustration? If so, what is it? Recently I've been saying I hate this fucking planet a lot. I think it's become like my catchphrase at this point, because I say it so often. Do you want free Robux fast? No, I don't think I do. Do you want to play Roblox together? It's been literally years since I've touched that game. I remember, like, randomly I'd stream it at, like, fucking midnight because I had nothing better to do. I remember those days. Those were something, alright. Want to put our Minecraft beds next to each other? I don't know, do you? When's a door not a door? I don't know, when it's not on the door hinges and when it's not in a doorway? Wouldn't that make it a plank? There's a reason I go to art college. Come on, give me a break. How old has this server been going on for? It's been since 2017, so roughly 3 years? Won't be going on for much longer, though. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Why does cheese make breathing hard? Does it? Thoughts on milk? I love milk, are you kidding me? Dude, I've been drinking that, like, ever since I was a wee young lass. I'ma be completely real. And, I've only messed up my bones 3 separate times on the same part of the body. My right ankle, by the way, for those who are curious. Can you retweet my funny tweet and tell one of your friends to retweet your retweet of my tweet so it's a retweet of a retweet? What? What type of avatar bender are you? If I had to guess, I'd probably be an air type, mainly because my zodiac sign is an air sign. For those who are curious, I'm a Gemini. I was born May 30th, therefore that's why I'm a Gemini. I mean, that's mainly why I think that. That's the sole reason why I think I'd probably be an air bender. I don't really know much about the show, I'm sorry. You are one pure meme. What is your secret? Several different caffeine sources and having the ability to not give a shit anymore. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food of how hot eat the food? Thanks, Mono, very cool. So, do you like Vocaloid? Of course I do. I've been a huge fan of Hatsune Miku since I was in 4th grade. The way I found out about her is the funniest thing to me. So you guys remember those Time for Kids magazines? Yeah, Miku had her own little article thing, and it talked about how she was a hologram. Later on that day, this one girl that I always sat next to, I'm like, oh, you know of Hatsune Miku? Because I, just found out. And she's like, yeah, I love her. I'm like, well, she's a hologram. And I accidentally destroyed a little kid's dreams of meeting Hatsune Miku. What really is the quadratic formula? This? I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Who is the real Dirty Dan?
You are the real Dirty Dan.
Why did you abandon your kids? Look, I'm sorry, I still gotta pick up that milk from the grocery store. I'm sorry, I gotta do it. Since the seasons just changed, what is your favorite season? Spring, summer, autumn, or winter? Honestly, it's a tie between spring and fall, mainly because they're both that perfect medium in a way, you know? Cock or balls? Dude, what? 1, what? 2, if Shichianyo's legs are made of her hair, does that mean that A, she grows taller as her hair legs grow, and B, she can't shave it because it would be the same as her hair legs being amputated? First off, yeah, what? Second off, yes and yes. Where am I? The end of the video. Thanks for being the last question, Ritto. And that's it. That's all the questions I've got. Thank you guys so much for supporting me over the 9 years. It genuinely really means a lot, and I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A. Chances are I'm gonna do this again sometime because this was actually really, really fun. And that's it. Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe.